Currently, the 91st have been shown to be superior in melee, but the 60 what appears to be a better shooting range overall. Pretty
Yeah,
good match.
I'm doing that loading in right now. Give me one moment. What is the password?
Uh, it's hard to spell, but I think you got it there.
If you can put it in the Chatterinos, what is it? 3-3. 1 hour has elapsed in the matchup.
It's ostentatious.
Okay, I'll just get it from the spelling. The spelling of the confirmed word. Ostentatious, okay?
Yeah, currently 16 taking pot shots. It's been 3-3. It's a good game overall.
3 pot shots are occurring.
Oh,
NWL4, I'm
Goomba.
assuming.
Goomba just sniped Bob McBoo the grand of the 60. That's a Lieutenant Lance
The
Corporal.
6TE have the disadvantage at the moment. Down 3 members.
Good observation, good observation.
Lots of members in the spectation. This is for the money.
Currently 26 spectators.
20.
31 versus 30 in game.
Big money right here. 6TE taking shots. 91st advancing. Charging towards them. Lining up. Taking shots. Asian P is still alive. Godfrey taken down because he was in the middle of a line.
27 to 26. 25 to 26.
It was not OA. He was in the middle of the line. Referee does that. It's illegal. He was.
Oh,
That is correct, Kamul. Yes, he was the Asian P. I saw it. I literally watched it.
Oh, they're going back and forth now. Who is lying here?
I literally watched Godfrey having a gentleman to his left. It was quite impressive. And it looks like the 91st have the disadvantage now after they got into that shooting engagement.
Down 3 now. 60 appears to be the better shooting range here.
It looks like they are using the tactical low ground to their advantage here in the 91st, outflanking them. Large lines are hard to control. It's much like a tanker.
Oh, slave for OA.
That's not the correct ruling. He should not be revived here. Godfrey was in the middle of the line. That is correct. He was in the middle.
They want to revive, but they don't get it.
Controversial. Irish getting a shot. Kamul, the Suns getting a shot as well. 18 members for the 91st here. 22 for the 6TE. You have the option to reset the round. No, he doesn't. He was still in the middle of the line.
Oh, we're going to have to review the tape here, Dan, after this.
I literally watched it. I spectated him. I was interested in why a gentleman was to the left of him.
Very controversial ruling here.
Fireboy.
Goes to spectator.
He just didn't want to play anymore. I can see why he would do that. 91st engaging in a tail chase here.
Oh, it appears he has dropped. He lost connection.
Okay, sure he did. His internet has to be better. He's working on that minimum wage right now. 91st has a bunch of shots here. Lots of clumps. Clumps have disappeared in the neat 6TE line. Fox saying, damn! We have a tail chase, patented tail chase by the 91st. Just kidding. Changing into a regular charge here. It looks like the 91st are using the tactical low ground here to their advantage, losing 2 members in the process.
Take off. Less members better.
It is. Less members are better for this. 91st are advancing towards the 60E again, trying to get on top of the hill.
7 now. It's a 2-to-3 ratio of players. The 60 have a massive advantage here, but they still avoiding melee.
They want to get the maximum effectiveness of their shots. Nappy, Serena leading the line here with Asian P at the rear.
Western Fox dies, Witz dies.
20 to 13, 7-man advantage still for the 6TE SLR.
They call it FOL, but doesn't look like they didn't do anything about it.
Make sure I'm actually recording. Yes, I am. That is true. And it looks like the 91st are aggressing at this moment. 6TE playing more passive.
They have almost a 2-to-1 advantage, but they're still avoiding melee.
Oh, controversial. And they're melee. I heard a glance off of this member. There goes one by Rune. Slovakian going down.
It's a 2-to-1 melee. Can the 91st pull up? I don't think so.
Super bad going down. They have to stay together here. One man being pulled. That is Zappy. He's being pulled off by a Mr. Kamul.
Otherwise known as Suns.
Looks like Suns.
5-1 KDR with his 70 ping.
Wary of the spin there. EUNA versus NA for the championship of the world. Horse going down. Helamoto going down. Lots of members for the 91st going down. And they are not getting very many receipts back. Asian P going down. Very good meleeers are going down here. They do not look to have the manpower needed for this clutch. 2v13 now. Only one left. 13v1. Who can top this? Sleek going down in the last moment. Now it is 4-3. 60E do have the lead here. Horse 6-1 for the 91st. Kamul 6-1 for the 60E. Both doing very well. Tempchar, I'm assuming he's a temporary member of this Maniac. 4-0 because he just does not die. That is how this works. 91st have the disadvantage now in the numbers game. Just kidding. They've equalized with one member joining back in. Ask Hawkins for the real score. What is the real score, Hawkins?
It is currently a number. It's 4-3.
It is a number to a number. Yes, 4-3 is the correct scoring of this contest. The 60E are using their hilltop advantage here to shoot across the desert into the opposing hill to weaken it substantially. Goku going down to the barrage, the 31-man barrage of the 60E.
There's an accuracy of 1-31. Pretty good.
The 60E asking the 91st how much they have bought Jakester for. That is actually impossible to buy Jakester because he is a robot. Much like Dom, lots of players in NW are in fact robots.
Well, we had this downtime before anything gets heated. I would like to note that everybody here listening should be joining our GTA 5 squad. We need more people.
We need more people for heists. That is a fact. We have the 60E retreating behind their hilltop. Multiple ROLs there. It looks like the admins are not paying attention to this because why would you? One AFK. That is Major Midnight. He still has to join the line. My cat is meowing incessantly in the bathroom at the moment because I've locked him in there because he's trying to eat my food.
Major Midnight, a big contributor to 60 at 5-1 with his 36 ping.
We have one big underrated player that no one is mentioning nowadays. We have the Zen Bullet for the 91st. Recruit Zen Bullet. Big showing from him so far. 0-1-0 with a disconnect. We will have to see in these following rounds if he's able to pull anything out here. Very highly rated on the depth charts for the rookies. But will he be able to show his full potential? That is a good question. Is a accurate thing. It certainly is a moment because we just do not have enough information at the moment. One man for the 60E is a Mr. Recruit Nico. If you've never heard him throw up over mic, it is truly a experience. I won't say anything else more than it's an experience. Asian P.
Matt, otherwise known as the GOAT of all time, at -101, poor showing by him.
Or showing indeed -101, also known as not positive at the moment. He does not want to be the HIV positive because that is detrimental to his health. And being as he's in the army at the moment, he would be kicked out and lose a job.
Considered not good.
And it looks like the 91st are the first to show their hand here. They slowed down, enabling the 60 to take the hilltop nearly uncontested there. One shot just as a warning saying, hey, please don't stop there or we will shoot you just as well. Two shots for the 91st connecting.
The Escoffier and Corporal.
The Corporal Eastern Fox corporaling it up for the 60. Big underrated player, of course. Irish is leading magnificently with Yoshi at the rear. It looks like we're just going to have a bit of circling. Two snakes trying to eat each other. One man running through the middle. Who is that? Great question. That is Goomba. A good person. We have Asian P, Lurvy, AFK. Asian P has to watch out here. That could be...
16 shots. Oh, there goes Theo killed by Infamous Mac.
There goes Theoden. Have to watch out for the Rambos there. And it looks like Blasian P trying to get an angle. Godfried giving the commands to try and get an angle. And it does look like you have an angle. They have to break the line. Lots of clumps, but they have successfully sustained that assault with only one casualty.
Currently even at 28 all.
22-28 all. Asian P 91st with the tactical high ground here, but they are chasing the 60E into the depths of the desert at the moment. And it looks like the 60E are continuing with their trend of limiting their melee engagements until they have a sufficient number to engage 2-1 or 3-1 or 4-1 or any number more than 1-1. It looks like the 91st are playing into that hand. They're trying to get the melee here. And if they can get a bit of geometry, get a bit of work with their math skills, they may be able to catch them. Godfrey stopping his line, going to let him shoot. One goes down. His name is Guy. John Price, 18E, the victors of the NWL, taking out the losers of the NWL there.
Yes, they can only be one winner, surprisingly enough.
Surprisingly, one winner and one winner only. Fireboy stating the obvious there. Slovakian going down again. Maniac killing him with a deathly blow.
Advancing 27-26 right now. Very close match here.
And it looks like Blasian P is going to get a little reload in. He's going to let the 60E slip from his grasp. He's going to try and control this hill and enable him to get a bunch of shots onto the enemy, as you do in this game. And it looks like the reloads are done for the 3E Volt. They're advancing onto the hill. And it looks like the 60E are moving out. They're trying to get away, trying to wrangle themselves away. Godfrey stopped. It looks like to take a shot. Tactical low ground, using their heads to throw the bullets back, catching them with their mouths. 60E stopping, trying to shoot at the large clumps there. Lots of clumps. The 60E are just a firing line at the moment. 91st ran straight in, but they get the flank. Lots of clumps there. 4-3 is the scoring at the moment.
23-22, very close. 22-22, not even.
And it looks like they're going to exchange some broadsides. And the 3E Volt have some clumps there. Trying to get right straight into melee. They get engaged in the melee.
20v19, 68, one-man advantage here.
This is very close. Lots of good meleeers on both sides. Both have sacked rosters due to multiple regiments disbanding before the league began. And it looks like they're going to have a tail chase on the left side of both lines.
Red goes down, became 20v18 and 60 for 2-man advantage. Can they use it?
Can they use it? Indeed. Lots of people are getting pulled on the right side of the 91st line. Lots of members are in 2v1s for the 60E at the moment. The whole left side of the 60E line is in disarray. They're tracing very small pockets of members, while the 91st are effectively using each other.
Matt and Zenbull TKing Godfrey and Sadman, respectively.
And it looks like it's still even, but the 60 have lost 3 more now. 4 more. It looks like the 60 have to use their teammates here, have to use their buddies. These 2v1s for the 91st are doing well, but they're bringing it back. But 2 big TKs.
Oh, Matt, it's another TK.
Who would have thunk it? And it looks like the 91st are going to claim this round 1v10. It could be possible here, but unlikely. Anthony could just block this all with his auto block, but we will never see this. And he glances off the foot. Anthony throwing multiple down stabs, because as you know, clutches can only happen with down stabs, because every other stab in this game is broken. 4-4 is the score. Both teams are tied.
Interesting points here. I have breaking news here coming in. I think that Zen Bullet is actually a member who is not a part of the 91st, one who I cannot name, but he is not in the 91st. That's all I can say.
Very interesting. Breaking news.
Matt, we've picked up 2 TKs in that round, and he was dated before me. He has assumed quite a few TKs. Could he possibly put Bush Party? Like Goku the Hood Rat Sate? Who knows? Maybe Matt is Bush Party.
That could be the case. We just do not know at this moment. Password has been changed. Any NWL Jakester scouting out that Zen, whatever his name was not a member of the 91st. 60E going back to their bread and butter here.
There goes Lopin and Crops. Gone.
Going back to their bread and butter here, shooting from long range, shooting at hills, killing hills. Crops and Lopin. It looks like 2 members of Bad Species. Lots of members have left to serve. It looks like the 15E and the 71st are engaging in a line battle of their own. Maybe a group fight. We do not know at this moment. But they should be watching the match of the century.
31 now, because the two bush pegs ended up winning the balance.
They did, in fact. You retards, those were trolls, says the Shinto, Gottfried's best girlfriend.
The contrary popular belief is actually a female.
Yeah, everyone knows that. If you don't, then you're just not right. And it looks like we're going to get a very lively round here. Lots of engagements so far. Lots of hills have been shot. And it looks like things are certainly picking up in the all chat for the 91st. 60 have yet to respond. Very disciplined by the 60 to not fall into the bait of the 91st here. They're just going to keep looking at each other, trying to provoke each other into gunfire.
They just appear to be very mentally not balanced. We're going to reset the round, Jakes, dude. It was 2-1 in the half.
Controversially.
4-all right now. Couldn't be 4-all. As long as the 91st play the Shamson get melee fest, I think they can pull it off. As long as the 60 disengage in time and able to get shots, I think the 60 can pull it off. This matchup can go either way here, Daniel. Who do you think's going to take it all?
It's a very close matchup. If the 91st can get into the melee combat, it does look like they have the advantage. Not a very large one, but certainly an advantage. It does look like the 60E are outleading the 3E ever so slightly, but they did get caught there, so anything is possible. Asian P, probably the best leader for NA at the moment. Good match for Irish here. We will have to see.
You still play their strengths.
They will have to play their strength. They cannot play into the other's game. They cannot just bully their way into the other's game, because they can take advantage. Either leader is more than capable of taking advantage of mistakes.
Yes, contrary to popular belief, if you play to your strengths, you actually do better.
It is certainly surprising, but it's certainly something that can occur. Feeden admitting he paid off Russian, which does not surprise me in the least here. Midnight crying in Italian, probably doesn't even know Italian.
My man Daniel here definitely knows Italian.
I took Italian for 3 years and I still don't know a lick of it, so it's pretty okay. Took summer school once because I didn't pass.
Oof.
It's the only class I've ever taken summer school for, so it was pretty good. Honestly,
say that with quite credit. Did you have to take language classes?
Oh, certainly. I don't actually know what you said, but I'm gonna say certainly, to quell your question.
Yeah, good answer.
And it looks like we might need the timer here very soon. They still have 3 minutes.
So the pace is going to be sitting here for a while. So I will be right back then as I go and get a drink.
Have fun there, my guy. Irish asking for the password in all chat, as you do, not contacting the admin via Steam, which would probably be a smart decision. Asian P moving his line out here, while Byoshi and the 60E are taking a bit of a sabbatical. Can't quite see that they're moving out yet. They should be able to see it from the crest of the hill. 60E moving up to the line. Moving up their line to the top of the hill. Cresting the hill with their line. Moving in a very spread formation. Just a left face and move that back into a line here. Looks like they are moving towards each other, surprisingly. At least the 6TE. Hursty asking for the pass. I don't know if he's one of the trolls, so I will neglect to give him the password. And it looks like the 91st are going to use their hilltop advantage at the moment. 6TE recognizing they have this disadvantage. Trying to close the distance, trying to get under the field of fire of the 91st here. Are they just going to neglect their hill advantage? It remains to be seen. It does look like it. They're just going to go into closer combat here, trying to get an angle for melee.
Returned. We are here.
They're running in parallel lines at the moment. One regiment is stopped. 60E taking shots. And down goes Helamoto.
I have acquired simply lemonade with mango. It is lemonade with a hint of mango, surprisingly enough.
Who would have thunk that The name does not at all give that away. And it looks like the 91st taking a few shots, missing all of them right there. 1 for 1 in the trade so far. 30 to 31. 60 with the one-man advantage because they have more members, as you do.
Correction, it is 31 to 32.
Oh, wait, one of them is dead on both teams, you Smarticus. Thanks.
Oh, I thought you meant how many, so I'm sorry.
You Smarticus, Bardicus you, and it looks like these 60E are going to use a line here. They have to watch their spacing. Officers are getting in the middle of lines when people line up here, so that would not be an OA as we already experienced in a prior round. 91st advancing towards the 60E here, trying to entrap them into the melee. 60E have the hill at the moment. 91st have to get into melee, have to get under the field of fire, using tactical low ground here, trying to headbutt the bullets back with their rock hard skull. Helamoto calling this cancer, which it probably is, I would say so. It's been going on for an hour, 20 minutes, doing well. We picked it up during the 6th round, 7th round, whatever it was.
This round was 3-2-60 at the time.
So it was the 6th round of the match. It looks like the 6TE are keeping to their hill. They're not going to maneuver down from the hill, try and get a tactical advantage that way. They're going to utilize the high ground. Just kidding. As soon as I said that, they have given up the hill to the 91st at the moment. Maybe they will try to outflank to regain the hill. We will yet to see it because it hasn't happened yet. Who would have thunk it? And it looks like the 91st are going to try and stay on the hill, trying to keep that height advantage. 60E maneuvering back towards the hill. 3E Volt in sort of a half line right there. Half and half, lining up in two different directions. They're using the classic pub tactic of wheeling, because everyone knows that is the greatest tactic of all. Utilizing the hill so they cannot get shot, but they can shoot.
I might have missed it, but Matt was banned.
He was banned. Very interesting. I wonder why. Probably because he's Matt. But probably some of the reason could have occurred.
Could have been bush powder. It's unconfirmed.
And it looks like
because veteran temperature go down.
Those two big mailers there, because they have the group fighter tag, that means they're halfway decent at the melee. Looks like Blasian P has given up the hill so far. Just kidding. Reverse column. Both are going to have an engagement of the century. Big broadsides here by the two regiments. And by broadsides, I mean a couple of shots and two people go down. Godfrey trying to corral his men back into the line. Asian P has taken the wheel back from Godfrey. And it looks like the 60 have the advantage at the moment because they have shot a few members of the 91st, as you do in this game. But I lied to you. They've equalized. 6TE.
Plus 2ing. That's because one of the 91st have dropped.
And it looks like 60E have the tactical low ground here. They're all bunched up. They could have gotten some good shots there, but it looks like the 91st want to get straight into the close quarters combat. And they may chase them.
Very smart here if they were able to get melee. Oh, and they get melee.
And they get the melee.
Even melee. 91st, HP gets stabbed very early on. Oh, there goes Corporal Raphael, great melee, and then Hostly, Zap, you all going down. We picking up a TK. Maple, Scale Cats, all they're dropping like flies. 22v19 now. 60 have a 2-man advantage at 21v19. 20v18, 60 appear to be up 2 here.
And it looks like these 60E have the advantage going into this. These 60E have benefited from a lot of TKs by the 91st, but it looks like the 91st are clawing a few kills back here. They are equalizing it, but there goes Asian P. That's a big loss for them. Very good melee, and it looks like the 6TE and 91st are evenly matched in the melee at the moment. It looks like the left side of the 60E line is pushing, trying to corral them into unfair engagements, as you want to do in this game. Theoden goes down, one more member for the 91st goes down, and it looks like the 60 are beginning to clean up the 91st. They're able to get these 2-on-1s, but the 91st are beginning to pull it back. They've gotten multiple kills here. Nappy Serena getting a lot of big kills. Lurvy getting another big kill. And it looks like the 91st are clawing it back, getting those kills, very big kills, lots of swords getting used. It looks like NW players cannot block more than 2 directions. Ritz going down from Kamul. The 91st have to regroup here. They're getting very spread out. They're getting picked off one by one. Hondar goes down, 2 and up down. 91st.
But they can't. 70-10 now.
91st are on the back foot here. They're trying to regroup, but they just can't. 1 kill there. They have to get these picks quickly. They're just getting outnumbered here. 7v4, very doable indeed. Lots of space in between the 91st at the moment. And it looks like the 60 have done it for this round. 7v1, very unlikely, and there it goes. 60 just were able to stay together better.
That means it's 5-4.
5-4.
Can no longer win.
They cannot.
60 can no longer lose, and the 91st can no longer win.
That is correct.
Tie for 91st or win for the 60 now.
Does look like
Oh wait, yes, the 60 have won the league because they have tied.
That is correct here. The 91st giving some premature GGs. The match is not over yet, but they're congratulating them on the league win. 60 playing back into their kind of game, sitting back and taking pot shots across the map, abusing the hills of this sandy map. John Price calling out the -1 because actually it's a -2 at the moment, but Trix has not spawned in. 60E balance, Jakes are calling it. Very good.
Now it is 31v30.
It looks like the 91st tried to advance across the map, but then they saw the 60 just sitting in spawn, as you do.
That's all strategy. That's all players. Any sense of strategy, you know, is the perfect strategy.
It wasn't him, says YOLO Swag, but I was just asked for the password. So that's very interesting. John Price declaring that you'll see on these kids on FSC, as you do.
Yes, FSC, as everybody here knows, is the popular forum website which is used as a community for NW.
It looks like the 60E are tired of their antics and are egressing across the map towards the 91st line here. 91st, 60E about to meet at parallel lines. They were going to meet at a right angle there, but then they changed it up back into parallel lines, running halfway across the map. 91st attempting to get the flank here. Lots of clumps. And now the 91st should be able to engage this 60E favorably. They do have the flank, but the 91st have a bush pirate from the looks of it.
Oh, Zen Bullet is permanently banned. Zen Bullet was the player who we were talking about was, in fact, no one. I will not review the identity of who it was, but he was not one of the place.
I do believe a round reset is in order here. There was a bush pirate that killed 3 people.
But it does not look going to occur, as it is over.
It does not matter, but it still would be the fair decision here. 2v15. Gottfried killing Kabul. And there we go. The bush pirate was not rewarded for his actions.
Yes, the bush pirate will not see the light of day.
Looks like the 91st are going to get a second chance at life there after getting shot up quite fiercely. The bush pirate may have had a very bad impact, actually. It looks like they were able to bring a lot of muskets to bear once they were able to get the flank. But the 60E did readjust and was able to shoot them quite a bit. It does look like 60E taking the initiative here, moving across the map immediately, not going into their antics of waiting and hoping that they would be able to shoot the fucking geography of the earth and curve bullets around dunes.
That's actually false because the earth is flat, as everybody knows.
Everyone knows that. The earth is actually like Nebraska. It's flatter than a pancake.
Well, Nebraska doesn't exist.
Yeah, Nebraska's not a real country. Everyone knows that.
Do you know anybody from Nebraska? I don't think so.
It's not real. It's just like Finland, not a real country. It does look like the 91st are doing things. 60E are doing other things, going to circle each other. Just kidding. Parallel lines, advancing towards each other. Things certainly are occurring. 60E lining up, trying to get some shot-a-roonies here into the belly of the 91st line.
No, neither shot was the stand shoot here. 28-28 now. PKs sniping a Blade Hawk X, the H fighter of the 60E.
And it does look like some parallel lines are being used. Fourth grade geometry has worked out. One line being formed, the other being decimated.
Combo Maniac and Wolfish getting 3 kills there. Helamoto, Olivia, and Mikey all going down.
Looks like the 91st are getting into the close combat rather quickly, lining up. They have all the shots in the world here. They have all the time in the world, getting 3 shots right away, getting a couple extra, and it's 22-20. Will the 60E get more shots off? They are into melee. That was an FOL right there. FOC as it's called.
Pretty even melee. 21v18 connect with one of the PS skill. 20v14 does not look like a 60 getting some quick kills. All the 60 are falling apart. 94s.
The two Foxes getting a lot of kills there, and it looks like the 91st just couldn't stay together there. The 60 were able to exploit the weaknesses, get the 2-on-1s immediately, and just push through the lines like butter.
And this is the end.
And that was the end, 6-4 for the 60 with the victory of NANWL.
And that's it. 60 have won.
And that was something.